really enjoyed making this series of videos of how to get started in property with a fixed amount of money. Done £10,000, we've done £20,000. That one was really popular actually, over 1,000 views now. So watch that one if you want to know how to get started in property with £20,000. Today, I'm going up again, and this time I've got £30,000. And with a twist, guys, I'm gonna rank these strategies in terms of cost and effort with this heat map here. The red section is a higher effort and a higher cost. The green section is a lower effort and a lower cost. And I'm gonna rank them to give you a more detailed and specific view of what each strategy takes to get started in property. So let's not waste any time and get straight into it. So first up, we've got £30,000. We're talking about how to get started in UK property. That's a good size of money. I talk a lot about joint ventures, and my first strategy is doing a joint venture on a HMO property. Now, a HMO property is a house of multiple occupation, and the government definition of a house of multiple occupation is one whereby you have 3 tenants or more living in one house, forming one household, and you all share a toilet, bathroom, or kitchen with your other tenants. It's basically what we know as a flat share, those types of properties that you'll see on Spare Room, etc. And you're classed by the government as a large HMO, supersize me, if there are 5 or more of you forming one household, and again, sharing toilet, bathroom, kitchen, and other facilities with the other tenants. So that's the definition of a HMO. So to get started with £30,000, this first option is a joint venture. So joining up with somebody else who you can trust, who you vetted, all of that good stuff, who's also bringing £30,000 to the table. So you've got £60,000 to use in total, okay? Now, the pros of doing a HMO, say you've got, a 3-bedroom house and you're renting out each room to a tenant, an individual tenant, rather than a 3-bedroom house to a family, is that you can maximize your income by renting out by the room instead of the whole house. You can quite easily double, triple your income by doing that. And one thing to remember is that when you're doing a HMO, you really do have to check what the council's rules and regulations are, because they do vary from council to council across the UK. So check those and make sure you're aligned. Now, in terms of getting started with that 30K and doubling it up with another joint venture partner and having 60K, what are the costs of that gonna be? So let's go through them. First of all, I would say that you're going to need at least £15,000 to refurb a house that you buy and make it into a viable HMO. So you're going to have to spend money on things like fireproofing doors throughout, because the fire safety laws when it comes to HMOs are very stringent, and you're going to have to spend money on that. Fire alarm systems throughout the house, fresh kitchen and a bathroom, ensuite. You might have to put in an extra bathroom, toilet, shower. When it comes to tenants sharing a house, you probably have to kit it out with white goods, so stuff like fridges, freezers, microwaves, ovens, washing machines, dryers. All of that is kind of standard these days when it comes to HMOs. So I would set aside at least £15,000 for that. I would say legal and broker fees would come to round about £2,500. Your deposit, now I'm looking at buying a £150,000 3 or 4 bed house up north. I'm confident that £150,000 would get you that. And we'll look at some areas in a second. So 25% deposit, £37,500, and then stamp duty at £5,000 on a property at that price point. So that's just under £60,000 in total. That's where your money's gonna go, okay? Now, let's have a quick look at what you could get up north for £150,000. Now, this is just really back of a fag packet stuff in terms of getting started with £30,000 in property, but I just want to give you an idea of what there is up north. I invest up north and I go up there for a reason. So let's take a look at Liverpool. Now, I have got some filters here. I've said maximum price of 150, maximum 4 bed, property type. I'm gonna look for terraced houses, don't want no flats, don't want land, park homes. I don't even know what park home is. And yeah, those are the main filters. So Liverpool, I've chosen Liverpool because it is a great, great city. I've done previous videos on why investing in Liverpool is a really good idea. So check those out on my channel. And I'm just looking at the spread of the properties around Liverpool. Liverpool is a big place. I'd be looking as close to the city centre as possible, which is here. I mean, I know Liverpool really well, so I know that around the city centre, when it comes to Liverpool, is predominantly flats. Terraced houses around this city centre area are really few and far between. But let's have a quick look at what's available kind of close-ish to the city centre. So here we go, 4-bedroom terraced house in Kensington. Now Kensington is a mixed bag, so it depends where in Kensington you are. But again, this is just giving you a rough idea of what there is. So you can get a 4-bedroom terraced house. Let's have a look at the floor space. 547 square feet. Total floor area. That is quite small, I'm not gonna lie, for a 4-bed house. 547 square feet for a 4-bed, interesting. So that's one in Kensington. Let's go back, still in Kensington. 4-bed, 139,000. Let's open up a few tabs. 135,000. Let's go a bit further out. So we're towards Everton now. That is an auction, so I'm not really interested in auctions. 4-bed, 145,000. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at these, right? So the main idea of just opening up these tabs and just having a quick look is to show you that 4-beds basically are achievable in Liverpool. And Liverpool is still underpriced, in my humble opinion, okay? It's a good time to be getting in there. So this is in good condition. So it's a bit bigger, 885 square foot. That's what I'm talking about. Lounge and dining room. So this is actually a 3-bed, but what you could do is just convert either a lounge or dining room into a bedroom. Maybe put in an extra bathroom because that's quite large down there. And there you go, you got a 4-bed HMO. So that's 140,000 basically. No floor plan for this one. Quick look at the photos. Again, decent condition. Oh yeah, that's like a new bathroom. Yeah, good condition, 135,000. This is by online auction. So it'll probably go for higher than that. Again, online auction for this one. Online auction for this one as well. So this is the only one that's not, let me just go back and double check. Yeah, not an online auction. So that's Liverpool for you. Let's have a look in Crewe. I know that Crewe is a commuter city. It's close, if we zoom out, to, it's a stopping off point, right, on the trains. And it's really not far from Liverpool, from Manchester, from Stoke-on-Trent, from Sheffield, less than 2 hours. So not a bad place to buy a HMO. This is by public auction, so I'm not interested in auctions. Larger family, there you go, 140,000. Let's have a look at that one. Public auction, not interested in that. Shared ownership. So at this moment in time, there's one in Crewe. Usually there's more, but hey ho. Let's have a look at the size of this. They don't have the square footage or square meterage, that's okay, but let's just have a look at the floor plan. So this genuinely does have 4 bedrooms on the top floor. They got a living room and a dining room on the bottom floor. So you could actually convert one of these into an extra bedroom and actually have a 5-bed HMO. Also get a bathroom in there as well. They've got a utility, which is very handy as well. Have a quick look at some of these photos. Yeah, again, it looks in good condition. Kitchen's a bit dated, but that's not the end of the world. You know, you can work with that. So that's a really quick whistle tour example of what's available, what you can get with £150,000. It is possible to get 3-4 bed up north for that in a decent city. And then when we come on to profits, right? If we say you can get a mortgage around about 5%, because that's kind of like the prevailing interest rate at this moment in time, at 75% LTV, your mortgage is going to be around about £470 per month. Your rent, I would say that in those cities, in Liverpool higher, but let's just say about £400 per room. That's £1,600 per month in income. I would say your costs per month would be around about £700 per month. Again, these are rough costs, so don't come at me in the comments saying, oh no, it's much. I know that, but I'm just giving rough costs, okay? So you've got income of £1,600 per month, your mortgage interest, £470 per month, and then when you add other costs to that, like the costs of utilities, internet, Netflix, repairs, etc., total cost per month around about £700 per month. I know it varies. I know different parts of the UK, different types of houses, it could be much higher, could be lower. Just an average, guys, just a rough idea. I think you could get a profit of around about £900 per month out of a 4-bed HMO. And you're doing a joint venture, so divide that by 2, £450 each per month off of a jointly owned HMO. Not bad, okay? So that was my first option in terms of getting started in UK property with £30,000. Let's look at another option. You could buy a £100,000 2-3-bed yourself, okay? Not talking about joint ventures anymore. Talking about doing it yourself in an affordable area still. So I think you could get a 2-3-bed in Greater Manchester, not Central Manchester, the city of Manchester itself. Prices have risen too much for that, but Greater Manchester, you know, places like Bolton, etc., in Liverpool as well, and also again Crewe. Your deposit at 25% would be £25,000. Stamp duty, £3,000. Legal and broker fees, £2,500 again. That's £30,000, okay? So now you're doing it yourself. You're all in, you're doing it on your own, £30,000. With a mortgage at 5% at 75% LTV, around about £312 per month. And your rent will be around about £650 on a 3-bed in those cities on average. And let's have a quick look again at what you could get in those cities. So you notice that I've put on 2 beds this time. I'm gonna look for large 2-bed houses where you can potentially convert to a 3-bed. So let's have a look in Bolton. So I mentioned Bolton, 60,000. Wow, is that an auction? That's a leasehold, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Trying to avoid auction properties. 2-bed there, modern method of auction, let's avoid that. Auction, okay, that's promising. Again, I'm just choosing at random. This is a really quick example. So let's have a look at this one, okay? 2-bed leasehold. Let's have a look at the floor plan, lounge dining. That's a really big lounge dining room. Now, I think you could split this into, maybe you could put a stud wall in there and create a bedroom on the lower floor. So now you've got a 3-bed house and you've still got a lounge dining room to work with. Okay, let's have a look at this other one. This is a leasehold, not the end of the world. Again, you've got a lounge and a dining room, 2 bedrooms upstairs. Convert one of these into a bedroom. Now you've got a 3-bed terraced house. And then this third one, again, let's have a look at this. Wow, you've got a loft, so you could convert that. Again, lounge, kitchen, diner. At the bottom, convert one of those into a bedroom. And you know, if you have the money at some stage, you can convert the loft and make that into a 4-bed, but you bought it for £100,000. So what do we do with this property? I personally would rent out, I'm being creative here, I'd rent it out as a family home this time instead of a HMO, okay, just a standard family home on a single AST. I reckon the rent on a 3-bed, around about £650 per month. Okay, now when you deduct your mortgage costs of £312 per month, you know, around about £340 profit per month, okay? Over the course of a year, that's, you know, net profit £4,000. I would do that, rent it out as a family home for 2 years, save up that £8,000, then use that £8,000 to do a refurb. So put in an extra room if you can. And then at that stage, once you've done the refurb, after 2 years, start renting it out as a HMO. And in terms of how I'd rate this strategy, when it comes to HMOs, okay, HMOs are higher cost and they are higher effort. So I would put a HMO up here, right, in the red zone, because the effort is you're managing basically multiple tenants, individual tenants. You've got 4 different tenants in one house, but it's like having 4 houses with individual tenants. It can be intensive, especially depending on the dynamic between the tenants, right? I've got friends who've lived in HMOs with problem tenants, and the drama that happens in HMOs, right? Where there's not a good mix. And I just put myself in the landlord's position. I'd be like, wow, imagine managing that day to day, week to week, month to month, okay? Really important to pick the right blend of tenants, you know, tenants with the same sort of interests, same kind of age categories, right? Okay, same kind of temperaments, or temperaments that would harmonize together. You want to think about that stuff when choosing tenants. And then higher cost, yeah, mainly because, right, the maintenance of a HMO is higher. More things go wrong when you have more tenants in the house, okay, doing different things. So that's why I put that one there. So when we're talking about profits, okay, from a HMO, once you've converted it into a 3-bed, I reckon, again, you know, £400 per room, roundabout, £1,200 per month. Your costs combined, again, I'd say around about £700 per month, okay? So you can make a profit of around about £500 per month, and you're doing this on your own, okay? So as you can see, initially renting it out as a 2-bed family house, profit around about £340 per month. Once you convert it to a HMO after 2 years, you can bump up that profit to £500, around about £500 per month. And like I said, I'm being creative with these strategies, and my goal is to maximize the income from these. So that's what I would do. okay, with £30,000 of getting started in property when it comes to this particular option. In terms of risk, it's the same. I'll put it exactly the same place as the last one. It's still a HMO, just one less tenant. Thank you for watching. This year, I'm making a video every month to answer any questions that you have for me. So whether you want to know whether you should invest in a limited company or in your own name, whether you should buy a flat or a house, what is the best way to get started in property, or who my barber is, just let me know. You can ask me in the comment section below, on Instagram, on TikTok, and I'll make a video dedicated to your questions. Like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.